LinkedIn recently sent me an article to input my views on, and the heading was really, what would you look for in a co-founder of a business? Now, history suggests that co-founders did not come from a list like we would have 40 traits I want in a spouse, in a perfect world, in a perfect marriage, in a perfect environment. If you look back at stories of the best relationships and the most successful businesses which has had co-founders, you will see that a lot of things are absolutely chance. Let me give you an example of William Procter and Gamble. They were brothers-in-law. They were married to Olivia and her sister. One had a soap making business and one had a candle making business, and it was their father-in-law who suggested that they should get together and merge their businesses, and lo and behold, we had Head and Shoulders and Crest and all the wonderful things that Procter & Gamble gave us. Obviously, there are many other examples like this, like if you look at Microsoft's example. And don't you often wonder how in partnerships like that, you wonder whose name really came first? I mean, in the case of Hewlett Packard that made these amazing printing machines, they flipped a coin to decide whose name would come first. I mean, that's pretty fair too, right? Personally, I love the example of Hewlett Packard myself. It is truly the birthplace of the Silicon Valley, where they met and they worked together. One of them went into the army and the other one stepped up to take his position. The other one served as a defense secretary in the administration during the Vietnam War, and the other one took up the mantle, so to speak. And they were the first company to really look at employee benefits, giving profits back to employees, involving them, etc., and flexible working hours, which, as you know, I'm all for. The theme here is they were either at Stanford together or they dropped out together, they were neighbors, brother-in-laws, etc. So your co-founder is not somebody who sends you their CV necessarily to say, I'd like to be your co-founder. It's someone or something that might have the same vision as you, someone who's probably been in your life for a long time and understands that vision. And I feel like the best formula for success in any relationship that's a partnership or a co-founder relationship is where the two people have their own portfolios and are not really working over each other or in the same thing. First of all, it's better to divide and conquer anyway, right? So if you have a partner in the business, one could be building, say in my business, one could be building, say, a business advisory line, while I could be building my law firm line, and then you could add on other aspects to this by having different people manage that. One of the great examples in our region is the Landmark Group with the vision of Miki Jagtiani. And obviously he had many partners in his business who managed and looked after different brands of the business. And we've seen the immense and great success, the great loyalty factor, the great vision, and also the succession planning that has resulted in the success that Landmark was, has been, and probably will be in the future. So there's my take on co-founders and what it takes to be a co-founder. There is no science to it, and it's crazy to think that the best opportunities and the best successes don't have an element of chance in it. That's it from Think Tank this week. Thank you so much for watching.